Okay, now it's recording.
All right,
Okay.
okay. Let me just
So
turn on my
I'll be
camera.
starting.
Yes. You can start with me,
I'll
it's
be
fine.
starting. Yeah, with you, JJ. So before becoming Red Guardian, what did Alexei Shostakov do?
All right, thank you very much for that question. Well, basically, Alexei Shostakov is a celebrated air pilot. He is a Russian by nationality, and he has so many feats to his name. He was the very first man on space. Secondly, he also was the very first pilot to fly the Mi-615G aircraft. So basically, all of these things just put him on the map. And then the Russians, when they wanted to respond to Captain America, the Red Guardian is the Russian response, the KGB response to Captain America. So when they wanted to create an enhanced super soldier, they had to go for the best version of any soldier they could find. That person was Alexei, and that was how he became Red Guardian. I'm
Yeah.
finished.
Okay. So how many other characters have done the How many other people have done the character of Red Guardian?
Okay, basically, there are four persons who have done the characters of the Red Guardian. Do I have to mention their names?
No, but it's not four. It's six actually.
Is it six?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was four though.
Dhruv has asked a question. How is it related to Natasha?
Sorry,
You can check the chat. Dhruv has asked.
I can't hear you.
Uh, Dhruv has
I
asked a
asked
question.
if, yeah,
Yeah.
how is
No, no,
he,
ask.
related to Natasha?
Okay. Basically, Natasha Romanov, which we all know as Black Widow and also the star pupil at the Red Room. Before she became Black Widow, she was married to Alexei, and then she was later told that Alexei died during an aircraft launch, which unfortunately that wasn't true. The KGB just cooked up his death, and then that was what made Black Widow, Natasha, to become Black Widow, and then she went to join the Avengers. But then on a mission, basically they ran into each other again, and I think something happened, and he died. Also, but yeah, basically, Natasha. He was married to Natasha Romanov.
Okay.
Okay. So
You
that's
know, you need to circulate the questions. Like, if you ask me a question, you need to take the next person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, uh, yeah, fine. Then I'll ask Dhruv about Mira.
Yeah.
So this is a battle question. So
Okay.
if Mira had the trident of Neptune and she were to go off against Mephisto, which is being represented by Bruce Wayne, so
Yeah.
will she win?
Well, even with the trident, I don't think she can beat Mephisto because Mephisto is like, you know, all powerful in Marvel Universe, and he has beaten many. He goes on par with Doctor Strange, so and that's why I don't think Mera can stand a chance. But she can, I think she can put a fight. But Mephisto uses magical powers and dark magic to his advantage, and Mera is she doesn't use magic, but she uses her natural abilities of controlling water and controlling atmospheric, others, and she can also, control ice and heat and all. But I don't think she will win against Mephisto.
Okay, so now to Bruce. Bruce, since Mephisto is like the Satan of MCU, who do you think will win between a fight between Trigon and Mephisto?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Trigon will win because since I did my research, Mephisto isn't exactly a devil. He's a extra dimensional demon, if I'm not mistaken. And Trigon can beat Darkseid. He's like really OP, so I don't think he can beat him.
Okay. So now back to you, JJ. Uh, who will win
Yeah, I've been answering
between?
questions since.
Yeah. So who will win between a fight between Captain America and Red Guardian?
Sorry, can you take
So
that
like
again, please?
yeah, who will win between a fight between Red Guardian and Captain America?
Okay, basically, Red Guardian, like I've previously stated, is um, Russians' response to Captain America. So basically, they're one and the same thing. But then I think Red Guardian would win. I'm not just saying Red Guardian because I'm representing him, but I've basically done some research between both characters, and I've come to discover that before he became Red Guardian, that is Alexei, before Alexei became Red Guardian, um, well, he just tried to call me. Oh, sorry
No,
about
that
that.
was a mistake. Sorry.
Okay, shall I continue then?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I think Red Guardian would win because he has more experience and skill. He's a trained combatant. That is, he's trained. He's a perfect KGB agent. That is, he has some really good fighting techniques. He's an excellent pilot. He's also really good at the disc throwing. He's far better than Captain America. With terms of strength, I think he's also a bit stronger than Captain America. So what the Russians did was, the Americans created Captain America first, so they had to make an improved version of a humanoid soldier, that is an improved version of Captain America, because they wanted the Red Guardian to be at least one step better than Captain America. So whatever abilities Captain America had, they doubled it up a little bit. So yeah, I think Red Guardian would actually win in a fight against Cap. I'm finished.
Okay. So Dhruv now. Uh,
I have a question for JJ.
All right,
We know
shoot.
that Captain America from comics is like, he ages slow. So Red Guardian also ages slow, or does he age normally?
What? Sorry, can you take that again, please?
Does Red Guardian also ages, slow, or he's also like normally he ages normally?
Red Guardian is not slow. Before he became Red Guardian, like he was living a normal life. He was a trained pilot in the Russian army, the Soviet Union
Okay.
army rather. So he had some level of skill and field experience. So he wasn't just an average person that they picked up on the streets, just like they did with Captain America. He was a very
Yeah.
skinny dude. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Alexei was more or less accomplished before the KGB had interest in him. I mean, he had been to space even before he became Red Guardian. He had flown jets. He had actually led the Soviet Union to some actually good battles, and he won them. So yeah, he's not just an average slow person before he became the Red Guardian.
Okay.
I'm finished.
so Dhruv, you said Mera can control ice also. So
Yeah.
in a fight between Iceman versus Mera, who will win?
Mira will win because she can also melt Iceman. She can control. She can even heat the water, and she can control steam around her. She can actually control every droplet of water from the atmosphere, even if it's inside someone's body. She can control someone's blood. She can actually. I think she can easily win against Iceman.
But like Iceman is a Omega level mutant. Even he doesn't truly know his potential.
Well,
Um,
Mira is queen of Atlantis, and her powers are nigh it's not omnipotent, but she's quite powerful. And her powers, include cryokinesis, which is controlling ice and weather, the cold weather, and next is hydro. What is it? It's a power with which she controls heat and steam. I think she can easily melt him, and she can also control his ice. So I don't think he stands a chance because he's made up of ice, and she can control
So,
him literally. So
Bruce,
I have a
are you
yeah,
aware
question,
with?
bro. I
Okay,
have a
yeah,
question for Joe. Sorry to cut you in. Did you say she could bend blood?
she can control it, the water inside blood. In comics, she can even control
Blood.
any liquid actually, not just water.
You, so hydrokinesis power is
Yeah,
basically a blanket power that covers anything liquid.
yeah.
You're sure she has done this before?
You're freezing. You're
I'm
freezing.
freezing. Oh, okay. Okay. Am I back now?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Basically, so you're saying that Mira can control blood.
basically, yeah. If it's made up of water too. But you know,
Has she done this in the comics before or anywhere? Because I think her powers are basically limited to H2O as the elemental compound or just
I
water.
actually read it
I
on
don't know if
Wikipedia.
if metal is
it's written on Wikipedia.
written on
Yeah.
Wikipedia that she blood.
It's not written blood, but she can control other liquids. That's what it's written. Yeah.
okay. Bruce, are you aware of Ghost Rider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say Batman became Ghost Rider. Will he then be able to defeat Mephisto?
Well, Mephisto's abilities are magic and immortality. I think he can. I mean, Mephisto isn't like as powerful as Lucifer, but he's still powerful, has magical abilities. I mean, but Batman is experienced or like smart, so I still think Mephisto could win because he has more abilities than Ghost Rider.
Okay.
That's all.
I have a
Okay.
question
Then
for you
JJ.
actually. Yeah,
Okay.
Bruce. So in a fight between Doctor Strange and Mephisto, how do you think it would end up? Would Doctor Strange be able to, go at par with Mephisto or not?
They both have magic as their powers, so I'm not really sure. I think Mephisto, because he's also immortal, and his magic abilities might be a tiny bit more than Doctor Strange.
But Doctor Strange has, beaten Dormammu multiple times. So what do you think about that?
Actually, yeah.
Exactly. I was going to say that.
Uh, what's his name? Mephisto has fought Galactus and Eternity, I think, and I think he's beaten Galactus once, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really know the character much, so that's all.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Can I add something to that?
Your video is frozen,
Yeah.
Jay.
I'm freezing. Am
I
I
think your
good
voice
now?
is. Yeah.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
All
Kind of.
right. I was gonna say that Mephisto isn't really that OP as you said. He's really not that OP. He's like a trans-dimensional being. He's only powerful whenever he's in his own realm. If he comes outside of his realm to take, maybe if he takes the fight to his opponents or someone else outside his realm, he becomes vulnerable and weak, and he feeds off of corruption, a corrupt soul or something. So if he is unable to corrupt a soul, or that soul that he's in a fight with, he basically does not really have control over them, and he can be beaten outside of his realm. So he's really not that OP though. Where his power is just limited to just his realm, basically. So if Doctor Strange could take him to another dimension, he would definitely fuck him up. Yes, that realm is called the Dark Dimension, I think. Thank you so much,
But
Vinny, for reminding me. That's true.
so Dormammu and Mephisto coexist in Dark Dimension, because in the movie also we see that Dormammu exists in Dark Dimension too.
No, I don't think Mephisto exists in dark dimension. He like lives in a hell sort of dimension.
Yeah,
That's pretty
yeah.
clear. Yeah,
Hell, or also known as Hades, I think.
yeah, yeah.
He's
Okay.
kind of like the devil. Some people call him the devil, but he's actually a demon, like the most powerful of them.
Yeah.
As I said, he's not as powerful as Lucifer, but I still think he is powerful. But I agree, he's not as powerful as they say. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right, we're ready for questions.
Mephisto
But he wants
has
to
been
add
beaten by
something.
his
Okay.
own son, Hellstorm also. Okay, JJ. So now to you, in a fight between Taskmaster and Red Guardian, who will win?
Serious. Between Red, obviously, I think Red Guardian would win. He has some serious edge over the. I really don't know much about Taskmaster, but I was really hoping I'd get a lot of information when I get to see Black Widow in November, I think. So I really don't know about the character, but I'm just going to rely on the strengths of the person I am representing, being Red Guardian. I think that in a fight against Taskmaster, he has some abilities. I mean, literally, he is 50% stronger than an average human being, and Taskmaster is just an average person. Taskmaster is basically an average
He's,
guy behind the mask, I think. So
he's
I'm
not.
not sure. Does he have some sort of abilities, Taskmaster? I don't know.
Well, yeah,
He
he
has
can actually copy
photogenic
what
every
I
move
reflexes.
of his.
Yeah,
Yeah. He has
oh
beaten Spider-Man multiple times, and I think he has beaten Avengers as a team too.
does he have some sort of ability? Like, because I really don't know about the character
he
at
has
all.
his main ability is photogenic reflexes. Basically, whatever he sees, he instantly learns it. Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, but basically I'm still going to stick with my answer, Red Guardian. I mean, he's the hero, anti-hero. Yeah, I'm finished. Sorry, I'm finished.
Okay.
yeah. Okay, so Dhruv, uh, now in a fight between Martian Manhunter and Mera, who will win? Who do you think?
Martian Manhunter is prone to fire. He can, die too if he's exposed to fire. And Mira controls. Mira can control steam, which, if you think about it, I think Martian Manhunter would win because he can he's very powerful being, and she cannot just put him on fire like that. And yeah, Martian Manhunter would definitely win against Mera.
Are you not? Are
So
you? I'm sorry. Are you not? Are you not even going to try to defend her or something? Are you just going to throw in the hats?
Well,
Like,
Martian Manhunter has shown incredible feats of strength. He has gone up against Darkseid and even Superman too.
doesn't
And
matter. I think I doesn't matter. I think you should just try and look out for the edge your Mera would have over him. I mean, you're basically representing her, so you need to portray her as in her best version against whoever.
well, the question was who will win. I just explained it. How would Martian win? Why would I
To be honest, I don't
take
think
my
Mera would
character's
stand a
style?
chance against.
Yeah,
Exactly. I think because Mera had in Justice League, we've seen that she actually went against Steppenwolf, and there's a simple technique she could use. She could dehydrate Martian Manhunter, the Manhunter. I mean, she did that to Steppenwolf. She literally tried to suck the water out of his entire body. So that is something she could use to her
Yeah,
advantage.
but
And
Martian Manhunter doesn't use. He's an extraterrestrial being, and he doesn't use water as a
Yeah,
source or any.
he's a
but
Martian.
does he
He's not
have
like
does he does
humans.
he does he have some sort of liquid in his body, fluid? Because I remember you said at the beginning of the debate that
Yeah,
she's able to bend anything that is liquid. So if Martian Man has some sort of liquid in his system or any fluid, I mean that is some sort of advantage to Mera. Don't you agree?
I would if there was any proof that he's made up of any liquid or anything. But in comics, we haven't seen him bleed or anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
He's he. I think it's only 10 minutes are left in this 40 minute. I don't think I have the subscription to it. Should I make someone else host so that if you have the other subscription of Zoom?
all
But
right.
I don't think more time will be needed. Only 3-4 questions are left.
It's 10 minutes left here.
Yeah, I think it'll be enough. So yeah, Bruce, uh, who do you
I'm
think?
ready.
Yeah,
I'm
will.
sorry. Can you speak up because I can barely hear you?
Okay. So like previously we were talking about like Dormammu also. So who do you think will win between Mephisto and Dormammu?
Well, Dormammu is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel universe, and as I said, Mephisto isn't that powerful, as people say. So yeah, definitely Dormammu, in my opinion. That's all.
But like you said, Mephisto is also immortal. So how do you
Can
think
you repeat that?
Dormammu will be? You said Mephisto is immortal, right? So how do you think Dormammu can beat him?
Immortal.
Yeah. How do you think Dormammu
Well,
can
I
beat
don't know
him?
much about I don't know much about Dormammu either, but from what I know, he's one of Marvel's strongest characters. So
honestly,
that's so
honestly,
funny.
I'm actually on the same boat as you because literally don't know about I
Yeah,
think close to 80% of Marvel characters, apart from the ones I've seen in the movie.
same.
So it's really a tough thing here I'm doing because I really don't even know who I'm talking about. I don't know much about the person. I just had to do some research like a minute ago, but it's fine though.
The one who
Same.
wanted Marvel characters, I don't think he's here.
Third, Jashan, Morning Star. How are you doing today?
Okay, Dhruv. So to
Yeah.
you now, who would win between a fight if Damian Wayne was to go against Mira?
Well, she can literally suck out all the water out of Damien
But
Wayne.
with
Uh,
enough preparation.
In what? Can you repeat the last
With
line, please?
I'm saying Damien had enough
You're
time
free.
to prepare
Damien had time to prepare. Well,
for
eventually
the
he will come
fight.
face to face with Mera to fight, and she can, just stop the flow of water inside his body like she did with Orm. Um, I think he doesn't stand a chance against Mera, even though he's, son of Batman and he's trained by Batman or anything like that. He's still, he's not Batman. That's what
I've
I
got a
will say.
question.
Yeah.
I've also got a question for you too. So what's your done, Bruce? I want to ask him something.
I go first. I'll ask later.
All right, it's a very silly question, but we've been saying that Mira would bend liquid out of this person,
Yeah.
would bend the liquid out of that person. So I want to ask, can she bend the G's out of someone's dick?
What kind of questions is this?
Exactly. I said it was a silly question. I said it was a
Well,
silly question.
I
Can
have
she
actually
G's
read
bend?
that
G's bend like
Well, it can't just come out of in one stick. It has to be produced first.
She could just bend the cheese out of Batman's dick and then just get pregnant for Batman. She just do the whole process at all without even sex. But it's fine. I'm done. Bruce, your question to him.
Okay, I was gonna say that Damien is the son of Batman, and Batman has many
Yeah.
armors that he used to defeat the Justice League and Darkseid. Don't you think he could use one of Batman's armors that could possibly stop something like that?
Yep.
And fight Mera? How would you
Okay.
think?
Well, Mera uses her mind to control water, and if there's an armor of Batman that blocks any kind of emission or transmittance from outside, then probably he can go up against Mera, but she can also freeze his armor instantly, and that would I don't think he can, and then I think he will be able to put up a fight, but otherwise I don't think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Bruce. Final question to you: If Mephisto, if Mephisto was to be the next big villain of the MCU, with the current characters that are present, which team will you assemble to defeat him?
To defeat him, well, uh, heroes, right? Against him.
Yeah, hero.
Thor, obviously, Doctor Strange, because of the magical abilities he has, and Captain Marvel in the MCU, not in the comics. Uh, yeah, that's all. I guess they're the main power sources of the MCU right now. I think that'd be enough to defeat him.
No Scarlet Witch.
Well, yeah, her too, but I just wanted to mention three of the most powerful.
Uh,
There's a lot.
So yeah,
You
that
said Mephisto uses magical powers, so how would Captain Marvel be able to defeat him?
Exactly.
Well, Captain Marvel has help from Doctor Strange and Thor. Uh, she just help while Doctor Strange like fights, and Thor also helps. As I said, I really don't know much about him.
And I don't.
You should have
Sorry, can
done
I
your
just add
research.
something? Can I
Sure.
Yeah.
add something? I think Scarlet Witch also would not stand a chance against Mephisto because he basically feeds off guilt of people, and she's someone that has so much darkness in her. So he should be easily corruptible by Mephisto, and then he can gain absolute control over her, probably even bend her to his will or something. So I don't think Scarlet Witch might be the best um, person to send to this fight. But I'm glad you didn't mention that, anyways.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not sure if
that's
Scarlet Witch is more powerful than Captain Marvel in the MCU.
She's, I think Scarlet Witch is fueled by rage. She's one of the heroes in the MCU that's fueled by rage, and once she's angry, I mean, we know there's no limit to what she could do. We've literally seen her almost single-handedly destroy Thanos,
Yeah.
Ultron, and all that. I think Captain Marvel is going to be a tough fight here, but I think I'll just give it to Scarlet Witch. What about you? What do you think, Droth?
I think Scarlet Witch is quite powerful, even in the MCU. In comics, she's nigh omnipotent, but in MCU also, like she, just destroyed his the weapon he was using, Thanos' weapon, which resulted
The
in
double-edged
shattering of
sword.
vibranium too. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah. So that was it.
yeah. 5 questions are
Is
done.
he, for everybody?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was quick. So you're gonna announce the winners in the group here, I guess.
Thank you for the questions, by the way. They were great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Your hosting could use a little work next time. But it's
Yeah.
good because I'm guessing this is your first time, so it's all good.